Imagine this for a second. What if I told you that there is a player in baseball right now doing something the sport has never seen in over 100 years? You would probably laugh. If I said, he is one of the best pitchers in the world, and at the same time, one of the most dangerous hitters in the game, you'd say, that's impossible. Baseball doesn't work like that. But this story is not about impossible. This story is about Shohei Ohtani. He didn't just break records. He didn't just win awards. He rewrote what baseball believes is possible. Legends stopped talking, analysts ran out of comparisons, and fans around the world started saying, we are watching something that may never happen again. But here's the truth. This didn't happen overnight. This wasn't luck. And this definitely wasn't just talent. This is a story of loneliness, obsession, quiet discipline, and a dream the entire baseball world laughed at. Because when Shohei Ohtani first said, I will pitch, and I will hit, Japan smiled politely. America said no, and baseball itself responded, choose one. But Ohtani didn't choose. Today, he stands inside sold-out stadiums, where every pitch freezes time, every swing holds breath, and every moment feels historic. This is not just the story of a player. It's a question. Can one human be great enough to replace two? Was baseball's greatest secret hiding in plain sight all along? Tonight, we tell the story of a quiet kid from a small Japanese town who challenged the hardest sport in the world by himself. This is Shohei Ohtani, and this is the greatest experiment baseball has ever seen. Shohei Ohtani was not born a superstar. He was born in Ashu, Iwate Prefecture, a quiet town in northern Japan, a town where baseball is a dream. But the path to greatness is narrow and unforgiving. From an early age, Ohtani showed signs of something unusual, a curiosity that would not rest and a discipline beyond his years. His father, a former baseball coach, recognized that potential immediately. He wasn't going to coddle his son. Every morning started at 5 a.m. Batting practice, pitching drills, running through cold winds. You have talent, his father would say. But talent alone is nothing. Discipline is everything. Ohtani learned to wake up before sunrise. He learned to hit ground balls until his knuckles bled. And he learned that failure was a lesson, not a punishment. At school, he was quiet. Not because he lacked confidence, but because he observed. He studied players older than him. He studied pitchers. He studied hitters. He began to understand the mechanics of baseball in ways others his age never could. And then came the notebook. Yes, the famous notebook. Every swing he took, every pitch he faced, every play he watched, he wrote it down. Notes on mechanics, notes on timing, notes on mental focus. It was as if he was studying the game itself, not just playing it. While his peers were playing casually, he was creating a blueprint for greatness. By the age of 14, Ohtani had a secret dream. He didn't want to just pitch. He didn't want to just hit. He wanted to do both. I want to be a two-way player, he told his coaches. They laughed. Even his father raised an eyebrow. It's too hard, they said. Nobody in professional baseball can do this. Choose one, or you will fail. But Ohtani didn't listen. He wasn't swayed by opinions. He was building a new path, one nobody had dared to walk. The teenage years weren't easy. Every day was a grind. Every season came with pressure to specialize. Every coach said, focus on pitching, focus on hitting. You can't do both. But Shohei continued. He combined speed, strength, and intelligence in a way that amazed local scouts. By 16, he was already throwing 92 miles per hour fastballs and crushing balls over fences. The news spread. Japan noticed. Some began whispering. This kid could be something special, something unprecedented. But at the same time, there was doubt. Doubt from outsiders. Doubt from fans who believed tradition mattered more than talent. No one has done this before. Why would he succeed? Ohtani's answer was simple. Hard work, patience, and belief in himself. And belief led him to a defining moment at 17. He entered the high school baseball championship, Japan's most prestigious stage. The stadiums were enormous. Thousands of fans screamed. The pressure could crush a normal player. But Ohtani? He thrived under it. On the mound, he dominated hitters with a mix of speed, precision, and composure. At bat, he delivered home runs that left pitchers and fans stunned. This was the first glimpse of the two-way phenomenon. The media started calling him the Japanese Babe Ruth, a nickname he would one day live up to. But it wasn't only talent that made him special. It was the mindset. Focus under pressure. He never panicked, even when the game was on the line. Resilience in failure. Strikeouts didn't discourage him, they motivated him. Continuous learning. Every opponent was a lesson, every game a classroom. By the time he graduated high school, the whispers had turned into headlines. Shohei Ohtani, the player who could change baseball forever. And yet, there was one question that loomed over him. Could he do this outside Japan? Because the greatest challenge was not local. The greatest challenge was Major League Baseball, the league where legends are made, but failures are amplified. Watch closely. The next pitch could change history. He was laughed at, doubted, and called impossible, but he proved them all wrong. Imagine a teenager outpacing seasoned pros every single game. Shohei Ohtani's dream of conquering Major League Baseball began in 2017. After dominating high school and professional leagues in Japan, he made the leap to the Los Angeles Angels, stepping into a world where the speed, intensity, and scrutiny were unlike anything he had ever faced. From day one, the challenges were enormous. English was a puzzle, and communicating with coaches, teammates, and the media was exhausting. America had heard whispers of the Japanese Babe Ruth, and every fan, every scout, every analyst was watching. Two-way players were historically impossible. MLB teams had strict rules, believing that no player could excel as both a hitter and a pitcher, but Ohtani had already faced impossible before, and impossible had never stopped him. The rookie season, the world takes notice. In his debut season, Shohei quickly showed flashes of brilliance. He hit home runs that left stadiums silent, and threw fastballs that shattered expectations. The media called it a glimpse of the future. Fans flocked to stadiums, hoping to witness history. Yet, even amid awe, skeptics remained. He's good, but can he sustain it? Can he really do both at the highest level? Ohtani's answer came not in words, but in performance. Every game, every swing, every pitch was a statement. And then, in 2021, the world truly took notice. The historic 2021 season. Shohei Ohtani became the first player in over a century to dominate as both a pitcher and a hitter in the same season. He hit 46 home runs, shocking the league. He recorded 100-plus strikeouts as a pitcher. He stole bases, delivered clutch plays, and carried the Angels in ways fans hadn't seen before. The accolades poured in. All-Star MVP, American League MVP. But it wasn't just about stats. It was the visual spectacle. Fans would gasp as he threw a fastball over 100 miles per hour, then step up to the plate minutes later and crush a home run. "I've never seen anything like this," analysts said. He's not human. Injuries and setbacks. Of course, such a grueling dual role was not without consequences. Shoulder injuries, knee soreness, the constant threat of burnout. Many predicted that the experiment would fail. Some said he should focus on pitching. Others said hitting. But Ohtani adapted. He carefully managed recovery, adjusted mechanics, and kept pushing forward. Every setback became a lesson. Every injury became a motivation to come back stronger. This resilience added to his legend. The two-way phenomenon. By 2022 and beyond, Shohei had done something unimaginable. He redefined the modern athlete. Teams started looking for players who could contribute in multiple ways. Analysts discussed the Ohtani effect on scouting and strategy. Fans debated his place in history. Is he the best player of his generation? Maybe even the greatest of all time. His impact wasn't just statistical. It was psychological. Opposing pitchers faced a dilemma: strike him out or pitch carefully. Opposing teams had to defend against a player who could dominate from both sides. In essence, Ohtani had changed how baseball is played and thought about forever. The legacy question. So what is Shohei Ohtani's legacy? A new standard for baseball. He proved that a two-way player is not a gimmick, it's a reality. Cultural impact. He inspired millions in Japan and worldwide, showing that dreams that seem impossible can be achieved. Human inspiration. His journey is not only about home runs and strikeouts. It's about discipline, focus, and resilience. Ohtani's story reminds us that greatness is not inherited. It is earned through quiet mornings, relentless practice, and unwavering belief in oneself. "I don't want to be just a good player," Ohtani said once. "I want to leave a mark that is remembered long after I'm gone." And he is doing just that. Closing reflection. Imagine a world where sports legends are remembered only for specialization. Pitchers throw, hitters hit. Traditions define limits. Shohei Ohtani challenged every expectation. He embraced the impossible. And in doing so, he showed the world. Limits exist only until someone chooses to break them. Shohei Ohtani, the quiet kid from Japan. The two-way phenomenon. The greatest experiment baseball has ever seen. And as we watch him step onto the field, bat in hand, fastball ready, we realize that the story of Shohei Ohtani is not only about baseball, it's about human potential. This is the story we all needed to see.